Hola, One Young World. I'm so happy to be here. The question is, what can prepare young people for jobs that don't exist yet? And the answer to me is simple. We have to change the way classrooms work. Let me start by asking you a question. Can you think of a time when you truly learned something new? Of a time when you truly learned something new? Got it? I don't imagine it was from an old textbook. It was probably from one of these three situations. You made a mistake, or you failed at something. You asked a question, and the answer was not satisfying, or you experienced it. Am I right? Yep. This is what we must remember when we teach the children of today for the jobs of tomorrow. I was lucky. I come from a family of smart educators, and during my whole life, I have had somebody believe in me. I grew up in a home with loving adults. My mom was a school counselor, and my grandma was a school principal. And us, the kids, the center of their world. We were constantly challenged, encouraged to ask questions, to explore opportunities. We were pushed to think critically and to go the extra mile. We had the privilege of having grown-up conversations and of leading our own quests to change the current situation. But I learned quickly that not everybody else has this experience. I worked for the mayor of Quito for 2 years, and during my time at his office, I got to visit schools all around the city, the capital city of Ecuador. They were urban, rural, big, small, wealthy, or poor. But it struck me, they all looked the same. A set of desks and chairs facing the board, teachers talking, students in silence, all discipline, no fun. Schools were somehow stuck, paralyzed, frozen in the past. Imagine spending more than 10 years in this environment. How would it affect your view of the world? How would it shape the way you perceive your future opportunities? What impact would this experience have on your dreams? I felt extremely frustrated. I imagined a whole generation of apathetic, indifferent, non-committed people. In a few years, what could become of our political system? What could become of our economy? How could we expect to solve larger problems if our youth cannot think outside the box? Let's go back to the question I asked you at the beginning. Think of a time when you truly learned something new. Your answer probably put your learning in one of three conditions. You learned from experience, from asking questions, or from failure. But schools had forgotten about these three conditions. So in the summer of 2013, I founded Lab 21, an innovation lab that transforms the way classrooms work. We joined and adapted a teacher training program, Young Potential Development, or YPD, designed to make classrooms more interesting, more fun, more relevant, through the use of 21st century skills. In our work, we make sure that classrooms offer students real learning opportunities, experiences where they can develop skills like leadership, communication, creativity. Schools, through our work, have become a place where students can make mistakes, can question, and where adults believe in their own potential. Today, 4 years later, Lab 21 has impacted over 60 schools and more than 5,000 students. Students like Henry, who at the beginning of the program did not have any expectations for his future. He was going to become a construction worker like everyone else in his family. A few months later, after the teaching from Lab 21, he discovered a talent for telling and narrating stories. Today, he works in one of the most prestigious radio stations in the city. Another student has set up and runs a cevicheria, a fish restaurant. And another one is yet an event photographer. We are changing young people's life trajectories. Through our programs, Thousands of students and teachers have embarked upon a new way of teaching and learning, based on developing critical skills and believing in their true potential. We have helped indigenous children think beyond traditional farming, and urban youth turn away from underage jobs in the construction sector. Through my work, I have witnessed the transformation of our students and their perceptions of themselves and their futures. I am confident that with their leadership, their creativity, their inquiring minds, they will be prepared for jobs that don't even yet exist. And then they will transform our society, our economy, and our world. Thank you.